Welcome back to Switch to Linux. So today I just want to do a quick video here, talk about my schedule a little bit. It's going to be a little bit crazier. I usually do, my lives kind of starting on Wednesday, doing live streams kind of until Saturday on the various channels. But as the Christmas season approaches, I travel quite a bit more, and so as I'm traveling, I'm still going to be doing some videos. You can expect to see fewer live videos. I don't know exactly when I'm going to have all of those live videos up. So what I am going to do in the meantime is I'm going to put whatever schedules and any advance notice that I have, I'm going to try and put it on Patreon on the public view. So if you just go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/TomM, you can get that specific schedule. Anything that I know I'm going to be doing or think I might be doing, just to give you guys a little bit of heads up as the holiday season comes in. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I will probably not even have a video at all. If I do, I've thrown a couple distros that have recently come out onto my laptop, so I may record some video over there. In which case, if I do, I will try my best to have some video uploaded and things, as I can, where I can. But I'm going to be having a kind of a crazy holiday season as I go back and forth. One of the things, though, I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the time and working kind of on the channels on the background, so that I'm not going to be doing as many videos, but I'm going to try and go through and put cards on my more popular videos. I'm going to look at, do I want to do any changes and adjustments on the website? And do I want to, what type of changes, for the other websites as well. One of the sites I've really wanted to redo for a long time is my Christian site. And the reason is it's using a pre-purchase theme, and I don't really like the pre-purchase themes, but I did it because I just crunched for time to do something good over there. So I'd actually like to change that. But really my first focus, and if I can get this up, is I'm going to be doing a few key points. The first is I'm going to be working on a website that it will be kind of the planned replacement for Patreon, kind of a place where you can go to see schedules, recent news, recent video feeds, news feeds. I'm not going to be doing like a lot of bloggy stuff. It's going to be more like a on the public end of it, rather. It's going to be more like more feeds coming in. What are the schedules? Where can you find me? When am I doing live? Things like that. For those people that want to help support the channel and don't want to do it through Patreon, which I understand because they do require more information, I'm going to be building a system that is mostly just based on PayPal, and I might build Stripe into it if I can. I just don't know exactly the payment centers I'm going to be doing. But that's going to allow you to support the channel without PayPal, or Patreon taking a big cut. And also, the fees will be minimal. And over there, I'm going to try and figure out what type of tiers that I want. I'm going to keep that system and Patreon for 6 months. I'm going to see what happens. Anyone that is on Patreon, I'm going to make sure will have access for the same month on the new site I build. I'm going to be working on that over the course of the next 2 weeks. I don't know if I'm going to have it published in that time, but I am working on that site. So it's just kind of going to be a place to view all of the things. The second thing I want to do is part of the Amazon affiliate part is that the Amazon links now have the ability to create kind of like an affiliate store, which is the things I might recommend. What movies do I like? What books do I want to read? Basically things, the idea is that, if you use my Amazon link down below, I get about 2% of the sale, somewhere between 2 and 4% per department based upon the type of item it is. Usually it boils down to about 2 or 3% of that sale comes to me. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but Amazon will send that as a commission. But if you click on an affiliate link, then the referral fee spikes up a lot. And so what they've done is produced a type of affiliate store, and I got to read and understand this. I don't even know for 100% sure I'm going to do it. But the idea is that I can produce like a recommended type store where I can have the movies I like and the books I like and things like that. So if you want to purchase some of those, you can buy them directly from there, and it just means that you get a higher, I would get a higher commission on those particular items for anybody that really cares. And I would actually do things like I would put up my entire computer builds. I would put up all of the equipment that I'm using for various things. That's the type of stuff I would actually use that for. So that's another thing. The third thing, of course, is I want to work on putting cards into the videos, identifying the type of videos, seeing if I can't streamline thumbnail production so I can actually put better thumbnails in with things, and kind of just I want to figure out how to streamline the channel a little bit. Kind of my goal through 2017 was to do a video a day. And I want to maintain as many videos as I possibly can, at least for a while. But the challenge I have right now is not only do I have the Linux channel, but I also have a Christian channel and a cooking channel, and I've not had a chance to do anything for the cooking channel for a while. Part of that is because I've been spending my Sunday evenings doing minimalism, cutting a lot of things back, and I am perilously close to about as done as I can get on some of that. And so I'm going to start recouping some of that Sunday time doing more videos for that. I've also worked out a better strategy for that cooking channel, where before I was doing, what is the thing, and then I'm doing, doing the cooking for that. So the best example is the taco recipe. Well, the taco recipe actually has how to make taco seasoning, and then it has how to make tortilla wraps, and then how to make the tacos themselves. I'm like, what if I boil this down? Because as I'm working on the various things that I do, I actually have several different food bases that I use. And what I want to do is structure it so there's a series of bases, and then what I'm going to do is shortcut the videos, which will give me shorter videos. But if I've already showed you how to make a tortilla mix, understand this. I use that same tortilla mix to make tortillas, taco shells, flatbreads, pitas, pizza crust. I use the same recipe for all of that. And so if I can just do basics and then say, start with this video, and here's the video, card it, and then we're going to make this modification to it, I can actually cut back the amount of videos, produce more videos on the cooking system, better videos on the cooking system, and have a much better structure with an easier to search blog and format. So that's kind of the goal on that. The Christian channel, the goals for that, and again, these are all not this year. These are all down the road, because I am a single person. I would love to have the ability to hire somebody in to help do some of these tasks. It's just not a reality right now. But down the road, the goal for that channel is keep up the regular Wednesday sermon like I have been doing. Do a daily walk a week. I want to review kind of crazy off-end things, like things that I don't necessarily consider pretty good teaching. And then I also would like to do some classic works. So that's actually quite a bit for a week on a teaching intensive channel. So those are kind of the things that I have in mind as goals. And then what the idea is that I want to build kind of like a quasi network among myself. And then if anybody that I know would like to join into that, we'll see if we can figure out how to make all that work, sort of create our own network. And that's really what I've been doing is, using the Linux channel, which is my absolute largest channel, kind of as a base to say, if you're interested in cooking, I have this other channel. If you're interested in Christian studies or discussion, I have this other channel. But then the idea is, as those channels will grow, I'll be able to cross-promote back onto this channel as well for people that are unaware of this channel. So that's kind of the idea as to why I have 3 radically different channels and why I kind of keep them the way I do. I do still want to, in 2017, figure out a way to still do a video a day. And I think part of it might be figuring out if I want to bring on a regular co-host, one time a week or something, kind of like Brian Lunduke does on Thursdays. Bring in one guy, have 1 or 2 or 3 guys, figured out, and then just see where we can get some questions and just kind of shoot the breeze for about an hour on a live stream. That would be an awesome idea for a video, and then we could both take that video and push it out onto our respective channels. So that's something that is down the road. What the idea is that I want to figure out how to do a few things without little prep and a few things with a lot of prep. So I also want to start teaching how to do more things, like more of the technical things. How does the Nextcloud system work? How can you servers, how do you do a good home network? All these types of things. I want to figure all this stuff out. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a couple weeks off of hardcore production. And if I miss a couple days, I miss a couple days. That's kind of going to sort of happen as I do this, but also some of it is I'm traveling, I'm taking time with friends and family, and I really don't want to be, I don't want to forsake that time for the purpose of making videos. So we will be back probably the second week of January when school goes back in session, and and everything goes back to normal. I'm going to get back down to a normal routine, but in the meantime, I'm actually going to be slowing down and doing a few little different things here and there. A lot of it's just going to be behind the scenes type stuff. But the idea is to take this last 2 weeks, reflect on the last year, focus, figure out the best things that have worked, figure out the things that have not worked, and move forward with a lot of focus into 2018 so that in 2018 we can build a good, better, stronger community where we can actually help and empower people to use Linux systems in addition to the other systems they want to do. That's kind of the ultimate thing. But the one thing I really want to focus on in the next quarter, first quarter of 2018, I want to have my own system up. And I want to know what exactly I'm going to do on each of those systems over the course of the year. So what that's going to start looking like is 1 or 2 private live streams that I'll still put them up. Kind of like right now when I do a live stream that gets edited, the full unedited live stream version still goes over to the Patreons. But the edited version will go public. As soon as I have the edited version up, I'll pull down the other one. So what I'm going to probably start doing is doing some patron-only live streams. The problem is I need at least 5 or 6 people there to kind of make it work. Otherwise, it's just not conversational enough and it gets boring and stale. Unless you guys are all sending in questions on that platform, asking a variety of questions, and that way I will have some things to talk about. So, you can send the questions, and then I'll go ahead and do those, and then what will happen is those will be streamed privately only to the people either on Patreon or on my homebrewed site, and the video will stay available for those people. So if you join in later, you can still get the previous month's version. The other thing, like the Christian channel, I'm going to have eventually all of my ebooks will be available. Anybody that is supporting me on either Patreon or my personal site will be able to gain access to all of my ebooks. If you want the print copy, then I think at this point in time, we're still going to have people buy the print copies because I can't afford to mail them all over the world. But the ebooks, digital distribution, I can handle that no problem. So these are all items that we're going to be looking to do. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do as perks for the cooking channel. I'm thinking one of the things I'd like to do is take all my recipes and compile them into a good ebook and have that either for sale or available for free to anyone who supports me. That's kind of the ideas. I'm open to ideas and suggestions as well. So leave me comments as to what you think about all that. So that's kind of my plan. That's kind of my goal over the next couple of weeks. The videos will be random and haphazard, and that's just kind of what's going to happen. But at the same token, we're going to have we're gonna be refocusing and spending a lot more time kind of behind the scenes, figuring out what were the best things that worked, what were the best things that didn't work, what things do I need to keep doing, what things do I need to change, stuff like that. I kind of like the schedule I'm doing right now, but sometimes sometimes it feels like I'm just kind of doing the same thing over and over, and I don't want to do that. I want to try and figure out what type of thing is going to help bring the variety around. So that is that, and it looks like Kitty wants to come and say hello. Hold on. Hello, peoples. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, thank you. All right. So that's kind of what I want to do there. Let's go ahead and change gears just a little bit here. And I'm going to change my camera. I'm not going to bother editing a lot of this out. I'm just going to do a quick video here. There we are. All right. There, we'll put that here. We'll put this right down there. All right. So I guess the next thing we'll talk about here is I did upgrade my KDE to Linux Mint 18.3. I want to talk about that a little bit. As far as the upgrade was concerned, the upgrade was just flawless. It took a few minutes. You'll see that there are still some upgrades that need to apply. Those are just kernel things. I didn't bother. Actually, these are new. These just showed up. Yeah, there were a few kernel things. I didn't bother changing those. But if you are running an earlier version, this actually applies to any Linux Mint version, and you want to upgrade to the latest, you want to come down here. I think it's under Edit. And there will be an option down here to upgrade to the latest Linux Mint. So that's what you do. The things that happen, of course, they do give you the new software manager. So upgrading it does give us the new software manager. I didn't look for the backup tools and things. This computer here actually has no real data on it. Everything's kind of done like a standard workstation. Oh, go away, update manager. So here I get the new Office Manager. This actually came in handy because last week or whatever, Microsoft completely broke Skype, and of course I need Skype for my business contacts and things. And so the Skype was not in Linux Mint. It is now in the repositories in Linux Mint. Is it in I think it's in repositories here in Linux Mint. And so I was actually able to get the Skype preview. I didn't change the icon to match the icons, but you can see the Skype preview there is now working. It's the rainbow unicorny crappy Skype, but at least it still allows me to keep contact with with my clients, until I can move all of them off to something else. But understand, I know I get a lot of recommendations for things to look into. I cannot just abandon Skype for something else because I have to use a system that is used by my customers. I am not a guy that sits in a basement doing my videos. I am actually, when I'm not doing videos, I am a professional developer working with clients across the country. I have to maintain communication in the places where communication is. As I find something that's good and professional, I try Discord. I had some problems, but I found that their support team was absolutely not professional. I don't want to deal with unprofessional groups in that respect. It's probably just fine for the gamer world where it was created from, but it's not the business type of stuff. And I wish I still had the emails to show you those. But it was just that. They did, but anyway, that did work. I have not noticed any other changes. You will notice the little bar down here. I think that's just because I'm recording video. There's something wrong with that. No problems detected anywhere else. And so, the upgrade was flawless. Sadly, I think this is going to be the last Linux Mint KDE. But that's, such is life, I guess. I guess the only other thing that I'm going to mention here, and this doesn't have anything to do with the upgrade, but just something if you're using KDE, Kmail, I'm taking Kmail off of my recommendations entirely. And the reason is, when I change my servers, of course I update a lot of my passwords, I cannot change the passwords in here. And if I close Kmail, it never closes. And there's no way to close it. And so what's happening is every 15 minutes is I'm getting a dialog box to insert the new password, and the new password doesn't work. It's driving me crazy. So I'm going to get rid of Kmail and just run Evolution because, frankly, I actually have a script in the files on my NAS that will allow me to import all of my mail, all of my settings, all of my contacts, everything directly into any computer I'm running. So that's kind of that. But everything else flawlessly upgraded, no issues with that. So I guess from here, the next video I think we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just do a brief overview of the MX-17 just came out. If I get to do a video tomorrow, that's the one that'll happen. If not, that may show up on Thursday, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to be traveling for the next couple of days, so I just don't know exactly when or where I will do a video. So we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, and thanks for your patience over the Christmas holiday. Just an FYI, if you just found the channel and you're like, wow, this guy's really cool, I have a backlog of 400 videos. Go check out some old ones, which is kind of funny, but I think that kind of happened because I did commit to do a video a day in 2017, and I worked. It worked indeed. So there's a lot. Most of them are pretty good. A few of them are little shaky. There's some good tutorials on there, and there's just a lot of things. Pretty soon, whenever I get the chance, in fact, it might be a great one while I'm traveling, is I might go over a little bit more on the Nextcloud stuff, maybe talk about how to do a Nextcloud install, things like that. And of course, I'm doing the easy installs just because I take path of least resistance usually. There's more complicated ways to install it, but the easiest way, download the script and install it on a cPanel. That way you have the built-in security for accessing it on the web. So I'm going to do some Nextcloud stuff here eventually. I am still working on getting the Collabora server working. It's basically the LibreOffice Online that allows you to edit documents online, like kind of like Google Docs. I'm working on that. I'm not able to get that to work right now. I think the problem is that I have my server deployed in the same region that we are using that same account for another site. So I just need to figure that out, figure out what's going on with that. But regardless, that's kind of the progress on that. Eventually I will get that running. I got to figure out one more SSL error and we're home free. So thanks for watching, folks. This was a very disjointed video. Apologize for that. As of right now, if you want to help support what we're doing, go to switchtolinux.com/support. I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/TomM. I'm going to try and have schedule up there. I'm going to try and do things on YouTube and scheduling over there if I can. So that's kind of the approach I'm going to be taking. So thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.